Hello, and welcome to Opentiera. Join us as we embark on a journey through the compelling history of Algeria, a land woven with the threads of diverse civilizations, conflicts, and triumphs. From ancient Berber roots to the struggles for independence and the rich tapestry of its culture, this narrative unfurls the legacy of a nation shaped by resilience, artistry, and a fusion of vibrant influences. From around 600 BC, Carthaginians began expanding settlements along the North African coast, with Berbers, an indigenous North African ethnic group, eventually becoming a significant segment of the Carthaginian army by the 4th century BC. In 241 to 238 BC, Berber soldiers revolted after being left unpaid post-Carthage's defeat by Rome in the First Punic War. Subsequently, in 146 BC, Carthage fell to Roman forces under Scipio Africanus, leading to the emergence of Berber kingdoms like Numidia and Mauritania in the 2nd century BC, eventually becoming part of the Roman Empire by 24 AD. The region witnessed a cycle of kingdoms rising and falling. The Vandals seized Carthage but were later ousted by the Byzantines. Subsequent powers emerged: the Umayyad Caliphate, the Zirids, and the Almoravids, each controlling territories in North Africa and beyond. The Almohads expanded across the Iberian Peninsula, while the Zayanids ruled in northwest Algeria. Concurrently, the Spanish and Turkish forces made significant inroads, with Algiers aligning with the Ottoman Empire, marking a pivotal shift in Mediterranean influence. In the early 16th century, Algiers sought refuge from the Spanish incursion by aligning with the Ottoman Empire. In 1519, an assembly of Algerian leaders implored the Ottoman Sultan Selim for protection, leading to Algiers becoming part of the Ottoman domain. Hayreddin Barbarossa, a famed Turkish privateer, was appointed as its beylerbey, a high-ranking Ottoman official serving as both governor and commander-in-chief of the region. This appointment marked a pivotal strategic move, positioning Algiers as a significant outpost for Ottoman expansion in the Western Mediterranean. Algeria was conquered by France during the 19th century and was organized as an integral part of France, with Algerians granted French citizenship in 1865. However, the native population were treated as subjects and faced discrimination. Rebellions against French rule occasionally broke out, but it was not until the end of World War II and the beginnings of decolonization around the world that Algeria's independence movement really took off. In 1954, the National Liberation Front, or FLN, launched an armed uprising against the French, known as the Algerian War. This brutal 8-year conflict saw both sides committing atrocities, with hundreds of thousands killed. As the war dragged on, opposition in France to remaining in Algeria grew. Finally, in 1962, Algeria won independence through a referendum held by a provisional government in which Algerians overwhelmingly voted for independence. Algeria gained independence from 132 years of French colonial rule, led by the FLN. However, the aftermath included internal strife and the monumental task of reconstruction after the devastating war with France. This conflict's repercussions have left enduring tensions between the two nations, persisting unresolved even decades later. In terms of ethnicity, the majority of Algerians are either Arab or Berber. Approximately 70% identify as ethnically Arab, tracing their roots back to various waves of migration from the Middle East and Arab world. The remaining 30% identify as Berber or Amazigh, descended from the region's indigenous inhabitants. These two main ethnic groups speak several different languages. Modern Standard Arabic is the official state language, while Algerian Arabic is the most widely spoken dialect. However, many Algerians also still speak Berber languages. Tamazight is the most common Berber language, with its regional dialects spoken especially across the Kabylie region. When it comes to religion, Islam is the faith of almost all Algerians, mainly Sunni Islam. The large majority, around 99% of the population, follows Sunni Islam. While Algeria is an Islamic country, it maintains secularism in its political institutions. Much of inland Algeria consists of the peaks and plateaus of the Atlas Mountains. The Saharan Atlas Range in the north gives way to the larger Saharan highlands covering over 90% of Algerian terrain. However, along the coast is the lush Tell region known for its fertile plains. Algeria is dominated by the Atlas Mountains and the Sahara Desert. The Atlas Mountains stretch across northern Algeria, including the Tell Atlas Range along the coast with fertile plains and the Saharan Atlas Range with high plateaus. Further south, the Saharan highlands cover over 90% of Algerian terrain. Algeria's largest desert region is the Grand Erg Occidental in the west, with massive sand dunes and oases. In the south lies the Grand Erg Oriental, with rocky mountains and dried lake beds. Algeria's longest rivers are the Chelif and the Medjerda, providing crucial water resources. The varied topography provides habitats for diverse flora and fauna. Algeria's coastal Tell region features Mediterranean ecosystems like oak forests and olive groves. The Atlas Mountains are home to native cedar, juniper, and pine stands. Across the Saharan steppes lie sparse grasslands with shrubs like wormwood. Endangered species in Algeria's mountains include the Barbary sheep and macaque, gazelles, cheetahs, caracal lynx, and birds of prey inhabit the steppes and deserts. Oases nurture bird populations like houbara bustards. Along the coast are animals like jackals, wild boars, and sea turtles. Protecting fragile habitats and rare species remains an urgent priority. Algeria has Africa's largest economy, thanks largely to its wealth of natural resources, especially oil and gas. These account for around 95% of Algeria's export revenues. However, the economy remains dominated by the state, which has interests across sectors like banking, infrastructure, telecoms, and more. Politically, Algeria is defined by its powerful presidency leading the one-party state. The current president is Abdelmadjid Tebboune, elected in 2019 after mass protests led to his predecessor Abdelaziz Bouteflika stepping down following 20 years in power. However, political power is also held by what Algerians term le pouvoir, or the power, a shadowy group understood to be military generals and senior intelligence figures. This group has long been viewed as Algeria's main decision-maker. Opposition political parties and movements do jointly exist with the ruling FLN party, but public political discourse is constrained, and the president and shadowy establishment hold sway. Corruption, a major issue raised by protesters, also permeates business and politics. Algeria has a vibrant artistic heritage that blends Arab, Berber, African, and French influences. This diverse blend is reflected in Algerian music, which incorporates Arabic scales and languages, combined with African rhythms and percussion. The Rai style has become globally famous, spearheaded by pop stars like Khaled and Cheb Mami. Algerian literature has also garnered worldwide acclaim, including writers like Mohamed Dib, Assia Djeba, and poet Jean Senac. Visual arts are another strong suit, from ancient Berber tattoos to modern masters like Mohammed Khada and Baya Mahiuddin's evocative paintings. Culturally, Algeria prides itself on traditions of hospitality, family values, and an open cosmopolitan outlook. However, tensions remain between moderate Islamic norms and secular learning attitudes in some spheres of society. Democratically elected governments have struggled with corruption and inefficiency, failing to meet popular aspirations for reform. Yet the Algerian people show resilience, creativity, and pride. New generations continue nurturing this diverse heritage in art galleries, theaters, cafes, and the sounds of ray music echoing late into the night. Algeria's rich cultural strengths endure and await their full flourishing. Algeria, a nation echoing with the beats of rai music and the brushstrokes of masterful artists, stands as a testament to the resilience and diversity of its people. Despite historical challenges and ongoing societal tensions, the vibrant cultural mosaic thrives, a testament to the enduring spirit that perseveres through the ages. As the country strides forward, may its rich heritage continue to inspire and flourish, carrying the essence of its past into a promising future. If you enjoyed this video on Algeria, you'll love this next video.